Late last week, Donald Trump's Department of Justice lawyers sauntered into a courtroom and managed to make complete and total asses of themselves by telling the judge, or at least agreeing with the judge's statement, that if Donald Trump himself wanted to, he absolutely could immediately and totally legally demolish the Statue of Liberty. Now, his lawyers were there in front of this district court to argue that he has the sole authority to knock down part of the White House and build a ballroom. Permits be damned. Permits are for people that aren't the president. So when you had Judge Patricia Millett from the U.S. Court of Appeals in Washington ask this: if the government decides very quickly to bulldoze the Statue of Liberty, the people whose ancestors, that was the first thing they saw coming into this country, but the government moved too fast, nothing can be done? Basically saying, if Donald Trump decided to bulldoze the Statue of Liberty and the destruction started, we just have to say, okay, he has to do it? And Trump's DOJ lawyers said, I think that's right. Yes. They then went on to argue that because he's the president of the United States, he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't need congressional approval. That's ridiculous. There's literally no law saying he has to have approval to do any of this. That's what they told the judge. There's no law. Except there literally is a law that expressly forbids that from happening. The National Historic Preservation Act, the NHPA, literally says that the destruction of anything in the National Historic Trust, which includes the White House and the Statue of Liberty, by the way, among many, many other things, cannot be altered, let alone torn down, without congressional approval, without the National Historic Trust already having meetings and doing, the comment period from the public. Like, there is a whole process that is literally spelled out in federal law. And Trump's idiotic, juvenile DOJ lawyers went into court and were like, no, you don't have to do that. He's the president. He just do whatever he wants, man. Like, yeah, he just totally, maybe he will knock down the Statue of Liberty and put up a statue of Trump. He's wearing a MAGA hat and he's doing his little leaning and dance. This is what happens when all the good people leave, or when all the good people are fired. All the smart people have left the room. Again, they've either quit or been fired. Thousands, report came out a week and a half ago, thousands of lawyers have left the DOJ. So this administration has been actively recruiting lawyers fresh out of law school, never tried a case in their life. And now you're trying cases on behalf of the government of the United States itself. Now, I don't know if those first-year lawyers are the ones who marched themselves into that district court in Washington, D.C. last Friday, but it sure as hell sounds like it. And it also sounds like none of these people went to a good law school. Hell, I don't even know if they've graduated. If that is literally their legal argument that the law that exists doesn't exist. But these lawyers should all be disbarred. And there is a strong possibility that most of them will be. Also last week, by the way, another federal judge sent 2 DOJ lawyers for disciplinary hearings. So these lawyers may think it's a good idea to go into court and lie on behalf of Donald Trump because, hey, he's going to get us off. Well, he can't. You see, he'll be fine no matter what. He is going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. But you guys can't be pardoned from the Bar Association. You're literally throwing away your entire future. You're throwing away your entire career, everything that you have worked your life to achieve, thrown away. You'll never be able to practice law again. Many of these lawyers, I promise you, will be disbarred. All because they thought going in with Trump would further their careers. And to that, I ask you this, the same thing I've asked of others. Who has ever been able to do that? Right? Especially on the lawyer side. How's Rudy Giuliani doing? How's Jenna Ellis doing? How's Sidney Powell doing? How's John Eastman doing? How's Michael Cohen doing? Right? Do you want me to keep going, or do you lawyers get the point? Everybody who gets involved with Trump ends up being screwed, but no group of people has been screwed over worse than the lawyers that have gone in with him.